Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over PvP, mostly PvP team roasting. Put out a poll for the members only video for September, and that's what won. PvP team roasting. We've done this on live streams recently. It's pretty fun. It's not just to put people down or anything, it's to teach people how to make PvP teams better. You know, you may be using the wrong banner or the wrong class, or you might be mana blocking, or you don't have a mana generator and stuff like that. So we're going to look at other people's teams in PvP and critique them, roast them, if you will. And but before we get into that, I want to just go over PvP briefly. I'll try to make it as quick as possible, because some people have been asking, like, what do I do in PvP? So we'll go over that first, and then maybe I'll build some teams, and then we'll PvP roast at the end. I'll try to put in chapters. You know, first chapter should be, you know, just PvP, going over it quickly. Then I'll team build, and then I'll PvP team roast. So, should be chapters, hopefully. But yeah, won the members-only poll for the members-only video. And we have a chatathon this Saturday. I need all y'all to be out there, all you members, because you're the ones that usually, let's get out there. It's the second to last one of the year. It's going to be a potent chatathon, so it's going to be very dangerous. It could end at any moment. It's like 50 cents a minute, so it just got to be what it's got to be. I'm moving. Next one won't be like that. Next one, you know, if I can go longer, I will. So I'll be gifting out 5 memberships if we make it to a certain point and all that good stuff. You know, chatathons are fun. They've never failed before, but there's always the danger of it failing. If a couple of y'all can't make it, you know, it's going to be crazy. But let me know immediately if you want me to switch it to Sunday, because it's getting a little bit too late to be switching it at this point. But PvP, let's go. So the main thing, PvP, you want to pick an alliance. That's the first thing. So you want to be in an alliance, which is right here. And usually the purple alliance is the winning alliance. At least on PlayStation. I'm pretty sure it's across the board, though, on every platform. But pick an alliance, join an alliance. And you either want to be in the winning alliance or you want to be in the losing alliance. So if you are in the winning alliance, you get more gold marks. If you're in the losing alliance, you get more stats. So most people are going to pick the winning alliance because gold marks are so valuable. They buy stuff like books, Dragonite, pets, all kinds of things. Imperial deeds. You mostly want to buy books, though, but it is what it is. Some people buy Dragonite and stuff like that. So gold marks are very valuable. So you really want to be in the winning alliance, but if you're a beginner or something, or you don't care about gold marks, be in the losing alliance, and you'll get a little bit of extra stats. Maybe you want to try for the leaderboard or something, and you just want to grind VP, and that's it. Then you would want to be in the losing alliance, because you would have more stats. It would make it a little bit easier. So pick between, do you want to be a winner, or do you want to be a loser? And both have their benefits. Winner, you get more gold marks. When you win, the next day, you get gold marks. And then the losing alliance, you get more stats. Alright, so that's the first thing. Join an alliance. And then from there, you want to do your Citadel Wars fights every day. So today we have Mech and Drifting Sands. So what I would do is choose one of these. I would probably make a team in quick battle in both of them, and then see which one I thought was better, which one of my teams was better, and then I would choose that team. Then you go into your Citadel Wars fights, and I usually choose the easiest team to fight. I'm not going to choose something hard to fight. You would scout, make sure it's a team you can beat, and then go into the battle. If you have 3 fights that are difficult, you would want to use your Swift Talismans. You get these as you do the Citadel War fights, so you don't want to use them like every single Citadel War fight. You want to not use them if it's an easy fight, and you do want to use them if you have 3 hard fights, and it's like, no matter what, you're going to fight something hard. So do those 6 fights, and you will get gold marks as you win. Hopefully you win all 6 fights, and you get all the gold marks. There's a Guardian there. You get Swift Talismans. You get gold marks. After you do your Citadel Wars fights, normally I would go after gold marks. Today is Thursday, so we don't have any. But on these orange diamonds, right there it says 25 silver marks for winning 5 fights. If this was the previous day's Citadel War area, and we had won, there would be gold marks there instead. And you would do that next. You would look at your orange diamonds, and you would see, do I have gold marks? And then you would make sure you fight those 5 fights and get all the gold marks from winning the previous day. And that's where, if you're in the winning alliance, you'll have it, and if you're in the losing alliance, you won't. So I do that next. After that, you're going to need Valhawks. I just have them, so I would jump straight to buffs right here. Get some buffs for farming VP, because that's the next step. You're going to be doing that for the longest, so you want your buff for farming VP. You know, Citadel Wars is only 6 fights. The Gold Marks thing is only 5 fights here, 5 fights there. So the best thing to do with your buff is to use it on your team that's going to be farming for 50 battles, 100 battles, whatever you're going to do. So I usually choose, like, I'll go out here, I'll say, what am I going to farm? And if you don't have Valhawks, you would have to fight some fights first. But I usually choose, like, purple or something. Go in here. This is my Citadel Wars purple team. This is not my VP farming team. You kind of want to have a team for both. One that is similar to like a Guild Wars team, and then one that is way faster that kind of wipes them out in 1 shot or 2 shots. So like a Stellarix for the VP farming, and then like a Zul'Goth for the Citadel Wars fights. So my VP farming team is just like Stellarix, so I could probably make that pretty quickly here. Made the team, so you don't have to like watch me make the team. I do Thrall, Stellarix, Duskbringer, and Leprechaun, and the reason I do that instead of like Stellarix, Triple Cafru is because I still need to level classes. If you still need to level any kind of class, if you don't have all your classes at 100, I think it's better for you to do this, because it's something you're grinding, you're doing it for a long time, you might as well get class experience as you do it, and it's almost just as strong as doing Triple Cafru. It's just a little bit weak, yeah, takes a little bit longer to get up, and that's it. So I'm leveling Night Weaver. It's the very last class that I need to get to 100. I have every other class on 100, so I still need to level a class, so I'm not going to do Triple Cafru or anything like that, because I'm still leveling classes. You'll see people out there, you know, streaming, and they never are leveling classes. That's because they already have all their classes at 100. You know, if you have all your classes at 100, then you can do exactly what they're doing. If you don't, you just can't. It's kind of like with the Vault event, where they put their stuff in a certain order because they're on PC mobile. I put my stuff in a different order because I'm on PlayStation. You have to keep that kind of stuff in mind. You can't just do exactly what everybody else is doing or somebody else is doing. So this is what I would use to farm VP, somewhere like purple, because I know there's a buff that I want that I can use that's purple, and a color restriction is usually the place to be unless you're doing like a Blood Frenzy, and I can level a class while I use Stellarix, and you know, Leprechaun Thrall is really good mana generation. So I can show a quick fight, and then so right here we would be getting Valhawks. So let's say you don't have any Valhawks, you would just keep doing these little fights, these quick fights, until you did get your Valhawks. So you could go get your buffs to make this even easier. Give yourself more magic. That way stuff dies in 1 hit. Like, that might have died in 1 hit right there if I had all my monolith buffs. I don't know if I have my niches on either, but we'll check it out. That's what I do. It usually goes even faster than that. You just pick the weakest team, and you go as fast as you can. Some people do Blood Frenzy. Mostly people that are going for the like #1 on the leaderboard would be doing Blood Frenzy. We're just trying to get VP. We're just trying to get Valhawks. We're just trying to complete the season goals. We're not going for the leaderboard with this team. Or, you know, we might be. This is where you would use your VP talismans too. So once you get into doing VP farming, you would start using VP talismans. You might want to use those in a Blood Frenzy, but it's okay to use them other places as well. So you only use Swift talismans during Citadel Wars fights, and you only use VP talismans when you're farming VP. So we get our Valhawks. Let's say we got our Valhawks. They appear, they're just like Val Ravens. They'll appear every once in a while. You can only get so many a day, and then you go and you get your buffs. So we go to Monoliths. We pick one that actually applies to what we're doing, and the best one for purple is like 1 magic per purple ally. So that's right here. Gain 1 magic for each purple ally. This is also another thing that will give you like burning marks. It's one of the little tasks that they ask you to do in the season pass is to do monolith fights. So you want another reason to do them. Plus you're getting the victory talismans there. So you get the Swift talismans from Citadel Wars. You get the victory talismans from monolith fights. So we do all these, we do all 5 of these, Gotta have a team. Here we go. It's just Stellaryx, Pharaoh, Cafru. Easy peasy. Something you just want to get done quickly. Stellaryx up. Enemies down. You know, do all the fights. And get your buffs. So I'd do that. I would get all my magic. And then I would head back to purple. And just do quick battles. And I just pick the easiest fight. And I just blow through them over and over and over and over. And get VP. So that's usually how a day would go for me for just doing PvP. I do my Citadel Wars fights. And then I will go and get my gold marks. And then I will go and get my buffs or my Valhawks. If I don't have Valhawks, if I don't have sigils to get buffs, I'll go get Valhawks. If I already have sigils to get buffs, I'll just go get the buffs. And then you'll get the Valhawks after, you know? Because they'll appear while you're VP farming. If you already have enough to get your buff, just go get your buff. And then you'll replenish your Valhawks while you're VP farming. So, no need to... It's not always going to be in the same order. Some days you're going to get Valhawks first and then get your buff, and some days you're going to get your buff first and then get your Valhawks. Just depends how many you have left over. So I would put on my victory talismans here once I got into a groove and I was winning every fight to make sure I don't, like, waste one. And I would use all 12 of them, probably. But that's how I play PvP. You want to get your goals done every single week. That's almost an afterthought these days. Like, it just happens almost, because we have to play more PvP now, so you should be at least getting the 6,500 VP or the 5,700 VP. And then your PvP season, you check on this every once in a while to get your burning marks. Like right here, I can collect something. So I got 15 minutes of gold. I didn't mean to collect that. And over here, you got stuff. So just do what it says. Win monolith battles, like I said. Reach monolith level 5. Those two are the, you know, pretty much same thing. Win citadel battles. That's why we're doing all these things. You should be doing them anyway. Win guardian battles. Everything I just explained that I would do each day is going to add progress to all of these. So, yeah, that's basically PvP in a nutshell. Some people will go for the leaderboard. Some people will do blood frenzy. Some people still need silver marks. They still need pets. So you might do it slightly different than me, but that's what I do every day. And then eventually you'll get burning marks, and you'll open burning chests, and you'll get immortals and stuff like that. The shop, the main thing you want to buy. Where's the freaking shop? In my opinion, now people do things different ways. Like I say, you can straddle the toilet backwards or whatever. But I feel like books are the only thing you should buy with gold marks, because you're never going to have enough. You're going to need books before you get Stellaryx and Diamantina, and you're going to need books after you get Stellaryx and Diamantina, so there's no reason to get Dragonite. Shiny Keys is like a dead content. Dragonite, you're gonna have so much one day, you're not going to need it anymore. Same with Cursed Runes. That'll happen even faster. Imperial Deeds, you shouldn't be wasting them, so you shouldn't need them. You shouldn't be putting all kingdoms on 16 or anything. Books, you'll need way more than Imperial Deeds, probably. And then Monolith Sigils is horrible. Kukulkan's going to be there for free later. And yeah, there's no reason. If you get these, just open them. You'll get these from burning chests. Pets, you're going to end up having all the pets eventually. So, like, I already have this one. I already have this one. They keep repeating pets, so it's not a big deal. You don't have to chase silver marks very hard. You'll probably just get enough passively. But yeah, that's pretty much PvP in a nutshell. So, let's get into building a couple teams. I'll build them, and then I'll come back to y'all. And we'll just do, like, a few different ones, because I don't think I'm going to go into every single restriction, but I'll build a couple teams, and then we'll PvP roast after that. Alright, I built some teams. I'm probably going to do Citadel Wars on video, I guess, at least some of them, and we'll critique teams as we go. I think I'm going to do them both at the same time, because it's going to be easier. But let me show you all my teams. Alright, so I built one for Drifting Sands. We have Emerald Baton, Queen Beatrix, Kronos. We have Archer Class. We have double green, red, minus purple. So that's the Maze banner. Anytime you can use the Maze banner, you should. Archer, because our whole team is green. The entire team is green. Queen Beatrix is making green, trying to loop on green, so we want a green storm. You know, Elementalist is good if you are worried about losing in Citadel Wars. You might want to use Elementalist, but if you're not that worried about it and you want to make your team better, you could use something like Archer. 50% start, green storm. You got like that 15% chance to lethally kill. It's really good, especially for something where we're trying to loop on green. So the Emerald Baton's going to get everybody up. It's blowing up brown. It's granting a status effect to all Drifting Sands allies and summon a Drifting Sands troop. So everybody on the team gets a buff except for itself. And it's blowing up brown. You know, this is putting brown on the board. We have a green storm with Archer. We're doubling up. We're tripling up on green. The whole team uses green with our banner. We're doubling up on red. The weapon, the mana generators use red, so the Baton and Kronos. And then Queen Beatrix is going to do most of the killing. True scatter damage, 40% chance to get an extra turn, putting green up there, putting brown up there, green up there to loop, brown up there to then blow it up with the Baton. Hopefully, you know, cleansing, it has the cleanse, Royal Honey. And then Kronos just on the end of the team. That way we're not doing 3 Beatrixes, but you could also do Shabana Vespera here. But I figured I would, you know, try Kronos. Convert blue to Hourglass gems, and then we can blow them up with the weapon. So we're not really caring that it's blue to yellow and we don't use yellow. It's more like blue to extra turn, blow up the extra turns. It also enchants all allies when I get an extra turn, so if it's a longer fight, that'll be helpful. So, yeah, that's my team. Let's take a look. Let's start roasting some teams here, I guess. So I'm going to take a look at all 3, and if they're good, I'll say they're good, and if they're bad, I'll let you know why they're bad and what they could have done better. So we have this first person here. We're going to scout. All right, first of all, I see Dragon Guard. Why? Maybe they're leveling it. We got to keep that in mind. Some people are VP farming, some people are sweaty wrestlers, and some people are actually playing the game. You know, VP farming is playing the game, but, you know, maybe this person's VP farming. I don't know why they chose Drifting Sands to VP farm in, so I doubt it. But Dragon Guard, maybe they're leveling it. That's all I can think of. But otherwise, let's just pretend like they're not leveling Dragon Guard. Let's even, you know, we're not critiquing this person. We're just critiquing this team. How about that? So Dragon Guard is not a good choice for the team for class. You want something else. You want Archer. Maybe make your whole team from Drifting Sands, or Archer, or maybe Corsair for the blue. You know, you don't want Dragon Guard. Dragon Guard's like a red class for dragons. There's no dragons on this team. There's no red on this team. So why Dragon Guard? Then they have a double green, blue minus brown. I like that. That's a good banner. You always want to do a double. +1, you want to do a +2, +1, -1, always. Never do like a +2 only or anything like that, or a +1, +1, never do that. You always want to do a +2, +1, minus whatever, even if you're minusing a color that you use, because it's better to have +2, +1 than it is bad to -1. So Dancing Daggers, like, they have no mana generation here. You know, they should make, instead of Dancing Daggers, they should have like Emerald Baton, for example. They need to get up their Queen Beatrixes. Queen Beatrix is super strong, and it's cool that they have 3 of them. But, you know, by the time they get up their Queen Beatrix, they're already going to be dead, and then she's doing nothing. So, if I was going to improve this team, I would say mana generating weapon, different class. So, like Archer and Emerald Baton. And then, like, Y3, you're never going to get up this 3rd Queen Beatrix. It's not horrible, but I would say choose something else, anything else. Kronos, Shabana Vespera, almost, you know, anything else that uses a different color. You don't want a mana block. Like, this 3rd, mana flows from the top to the bottom, so every single green or blue that they match is going to go to this 1st Queen Beatrix, right? And then anything that trickles down will go to this one, and then this one will never get anything, because by the time this one even gets up to where this one can take in some mana, you're going to be casting this one, and then this one's going to be taking the mana again. That's how it works. It's not like you get mana for this one, then this one, then this one. It's not how it goes. You know, mana goes, if this one's open, mana goes into it. If you cast it, it's going to go right back into it. So if you keep casting this 1st Queen Beatrix, the 1st Queen Beatrix is going to keep taking all the blue and green. So this one and this one will never get up, and there's no point of them being on the team. You don't need 3 Royal Honeys. You know what I mean? You only need 1. So I would say for sure change that last troop to something else. Anything else would be more helpful. A Dust Devil would be more helpful. And then the weapon needs to be changed to a mana generator. You gotta generate mana, especially in PvP. The battles are like, the enemy's gonna are trying to kill you as soon as possible. So you can't be sitting there just matching gems trying to get up your Queen Beatrix or your dancing daggers. So this is just all damage, unless they happen to get up their Queen Beatrix quickly and then they start looping, maybe. So it's not horrible. I would give it like a C+ or something. Alright, we got Scoprio, so we know it's already poopy. Ifrit, Queen Beatrix, Emerald Baton, and Scoprio. Why? Why? Okay, I like the class. Archer. You get a lot of green. That's good. Your Queen Beatrix is going to be trying to loop on green, so that's good. Green Storm. 50% start. I like the class. Alright, we got double blue, green, minus yellow. So, double blue, green, minus yellow. Why? I don't get it. I'm glad that they're using a +2, +1, -1. So credit for that, but it's just the wrong one. They should be doing double. They should do the maze banner. Oh my goodness, why not? If you can use the maze banner, you should. Like, I have a purple on my team, and I'm still using the freaking maze banner. This person doesn't even have a purple on their team. And they have 3 green troops and 2 red troops, and they're not using the maze banner, which is +3 green, +2 red, -1 purple. They have 0 purple, so it wouldn't hurt to minus purple. And then they have 3 greens, they could have +3 green. And then they got 2 reds, they could have +2 red. So I don't know what they're doing with their banner there. I like the class, though, and I like that they actually did a +2, +1, -1. But Ifrit Y, it just does scatter damage. It's just blocking your weapon on red. Queen Beatrix is good. It's probably the best thing they have on their team. Emerald Baton is good. But Scoprio, why? 1 enemy, true damage to 1 enemy. You know, who cares? It is catching the brown from Queen Beatrix, so at least that's something, if that's what they were thinking. But yeah, they gotta take Ifrit off the team, maybe put a tank up there, or another mana generator or something, or put your hero up there with the weapon, and then they gotta change their banner to the maze banner. So this one, another like C+, B-, something like that. Scoprio, man, I don't like it. Single target damage, but I mean, if you're thinking like, hey, it's gonna catch some of the brown that Queen Beatrix is making, maybe. So not horrible, but Ifrit, I don't get it. I don't get it. So do something else besides Ifrit for sure. And then the banner needs to be the maze banner. So that one, I know, it's C+, B-. Alright, what do we got here? Emerald Baton, Queen Beatrix, Jin, Elementalist, double blue, green, -brown. I like it. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong at all. Jin does life to an ally and create 6 gems of their mana color or give 2 magic. See, that's what I was saying. Just put anything else down there. And it's got yellow, so it can catch yellow. They got the Emerald Baton, just like me. They got double Queen Beatrix, just like me. So it's pretty much the team I'm using. Except for they have Jin in the bottom slot instead of Kronos. Which might even be smarter because, you know, it could throw up 6 gems of one of their allies' colors. So green, probably. So I like it. I think it's, you know, Elementalist is a little bit of a slow start, but sometimes you have to do it in PvP situations. The double blue, green, -brown is fine. It's a good banner, good choice. So Dark Angel, I give you like an A. Good job. Alright, so let's choose the person who, let's spank their Heine for having a weird team. And I think I'll spank this person's Heine. So let's go crush them with our team. And just show you. Just show you, like, I gave him a bad grade. There's one of our Bowhawks. As you do everything else, you'll replenish your Bowhawks. So we need to take green or red. Get up our weapon. Boom. Up. Blow up the board. That green storm doing work. Beatrix them. Beatrix them. Beatrix them. Beatrix them. And they're dead. They did nothing. They got no moves. They got no motion. So that's why it was a bad team. Alright, here we have our next set. So we're going to roast them again. Let's go. We got Tapasar, Queen Beatrix, Emerald Baton. Okay. Shaman class, first thing that jumps out at me. Why? I'd rather see Archer or Elementalist. Double blue, green, -brown. Double blue, green, -brown. They could have done Maze Banner. I don't understand why you wouldn't want a +3 green. Like, who cares about the +2 blue if you can get +3 green when you have a full team of green? And you could minus purple with the maze banner. You don't even use purple. You know, you could plus 2 red on the mana generating weapon that will get up the rest of the team. So the banner, at least they did a +2, +1, -1, so you got to give them a little bit of credit, but they just could have done better for sure. Same with the class. Archer, Elementalist, definitely could have done better. Maybe they're leveling the class, but we're just judging these teams as we see them in a vacuum, so no excuses. All right, top of Sarth and first slot. It's going to put a bunch of yellow up just for itself. It's very high mana cost. Like, I understand they're probably trying to make it their tank, maybe, 55% skull reduction, but it's going to... It's 28 mana cost with no start, with no 50% start, nothing. So it's just going to, like, soak in all the green. It's going to block the whole team. And the only way Queen Beatrix is going to get up is if you somehow get your weapon up on red or you get Queen Beatrix up on blue. So I don't like it. 28 mana cost. Like, it's going to take forever to get up. And then it's blocking the whole team on green. And why? You know, you should do the weapon up here. And then something, like, we already know what the best team is for this restriction. It's some sort of Emerald Baton, double Queen Beatrix. So you have that. Maybe throw Top of Sarth on the bottom. If you love Top of Sarth so much, throw it on the bottom, and it would still catch brown. So this person just has, like, a order issue. A class, a banner, a order issue. So, you know, maybe like a B- here. Just throw Top of Sarth on the bottom, switch the weapon to the top, change your class to Archer or Elementalist, and change your banner to Maze Banner, and that would be a good team. So, yeah, like a B+ or something. All right, we got Scorpius. All right, we have our first crappy banner. This is an epidemic in the game. People not doing a banner, doing the correct banners. Always, always, always. If you can use the Maze Banner, use that. Look at that first. Triple green, double red, minus purple. Use that whenever you can. Unless you have like a whole team of purple, or you're just not using green or something. And then you would always use the Maze Banner. Just use it. You know, then if you can't use the Maze Banner, always do a +2, +1, -1, no matter what. You can find a color to minus. There's a troop on your team that doesn't need mana that you can minus. And then you can get a +2 and a +1 instead of right here, a +1 blue and a +1 brown. And, you know, what is this team? It looks like a random team that just got thrown together. It's nothing. Like, nobody uses this troop ever. Nobody uses that troop ever. Top of Sarth, maybe if you build your team around it, but they're not. Scorpius, almost always only used with your ally. Doomed Axe, not mana generating, like, never going to get up too. Look, Top of Sarth's going to take all the yellow, and if it's fully charged, then Scorpius is going to take all the yellow. And this is a 28 mana cost dragon, and this is a 28 mana cost mythic. So this weapon you might as well have nothing in that last slot. And then in the first slot, you might as well have nothing, because this guy is poop. He's just poop. Maybe they like this guy or something. They like his armpit. I don't know. But yeah, they need to either choose to build around Top of Sarth or choose to build around Scorpius if that's what they want to do. But this is probably an F. It's horrible. They're not going to win. They're going to get destroyed. Yeah, that's like a F. No class at all. That's like my first F, I think, ever. F for beta test. Beta test. Maybe that's like the devs. Alright, Emily the Brave. Let's see what they did. Banner sucks, but good class. Got another Top of Sarth on top with double Queen Beatrix. Why are we doing this? Your Dancing Daggers is never going to get up. Top of Sarth's going to steal all the yellow until it has 28, until it's fully charged with 28 mana. And then you're going to want to cast it. Like, you're definitely going to want to cast it, right? You're not going to wait around until your Dancing Daggers gets full too. So your Dancing Daggers is... You need to Emerald Baton, put it on top, and move Top of Sarth to the bottom. That's all you need to do. Switch your weapon to an explodey weapon. Maybe they don't have Emerald Baton, but there's like another one, and you know, there's another explodey weapon you could use. Maybe people don't have the weapons. I don't know. But we're just judging them in a vacuum. But yeah, switch your weapon to the top, change it to Emerald Baton, take Top of Sarth, put it on the bottom if you really want to use it, I guess. And then you got to put a different banner on there. You know, Maze Banner, or, you know, a double green-blue or a double blue-green. And just minus color you're not using. So, what did they do wrong? At least they got the Beatrixes right. At least they got the class right. They're kind of like a C. They did like halfway good. So yeah, we're definitely spanking this random beta test team. So let's go spank them real quick. Let's spank them. All right, we want to get up our weapon. Green or red. Got a yellow extra turn though. Now we're enchanted. So that's what Kronos is doing on my team. Make sure everything on your team is doing something. Like that dancing daggers on the bottom is not going to do anything. I guess the class would be doing something, but that's it. Like the Scorpius is not going to do anything, right? So make sure everything on your team is doing something. All right, Emerald Baton. All kinds of green because we have our green storm. Just do it again. We got this. Extra turn. Okay, there's our Beatrix. Let's get this yellow out of here. We have more room for green and brown. There we go. Extra turn. And they did nothing at all to me. They were entangled when they hit me with skulls. You see how their dancing daggers didn't get up? So why is it there? Let's spank them for being bad. Alright, here we go again. Maybe we switch to a different restriction, because we're going to end up seeing similar teams. But last time for this restriction, then we'll go jump to another restriction, then we'll end the video. Alright, Elementalist, there we go. Okay, double brown, yellow, minus purple. I like it. Good job. Good job. Alright, we got the Great Maw, Topasarth, Sand Shark, and Sharp Fang. It's interesting. It's like a Devour team. It's a Devour team. Yeah, and they're not mana blocking. I kind of like it that they have their little theme here. I'd probably take Topasarth off and put on, like, something else. Maybe Queen Beatrix, but then you're going to be blocking your weapons, so you can't do that. I don't know. I just don't like the Topasarth. I like that you're devouring with the Great Maw, you're devouring with the Sand Shark. You have a weapon that boosts monsters, and they're both monsters. Yeah, the Topasarth's the only thing that jumps out at me as something I'm not too excited about. But otherwise, it's kind of cool. Kind of like it. I'd say like a B+. It's not what you want to do, but it's a cool little, like, they wanted to think outside the box and do something different. So I'll give them credit for that. I'd say a B+. Their banner's fine. Their class is fine. They have mana generation down here, and it can catch blue. It should be probably above the Topasarth, though, and then that would be much better. Okay, so I don't know how... Then the Topasarth would be pretty blocked. So that's why they're not doing that, so I see. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's the best they could do with that team. I would say take Topasarth off, though, and maybe put something else on there. I don't know what, but anything else, probably. But I kind of like it. Kind of like it. B+. Got Queen Beatrix here. The Great Maw, Queen Beatrix, Emerald Baton, Shabana Vespera. Hey, I like it too. That's another good one. Dervish, though, I don't know about Dervish. They might be leveling it, but I keep saying that, and I keep saying not to pay attention to that. But they should do Archer, they should do Titan, they should do Elementalist, something like that. All right, we got double blue, green, minus brown. Double blue. They only have 2 blue. Double blue, green, minus brown. Yeah, I guess. Because you're only going to cast Great Maw once, and then it can't even take mana in, and then brown might as well not be there. So, I guess. The banner's good. It's fine. The class, I don't like the class. Maybe they wanted to make themselves a monster so they could get benefit from this. Oh, that's or from Drifting Sands. So maybe that's their idea. So at least they have an idea. I like it. So I'll give them a A-. You know, they're going to devour with the Great Maw. They're going to make yellow and brown. The yellow might get up the Shabana Vespera. They're going to have a giant tank in first slot. Then they got Queen Beatrix. They got the Baton, which is almost mandatory for this. And then Shabana Vespera was the other thing I was about to do. So pretty much just take one of my Queen Beatrixes off and put on a Great Maw, and this is this team. So yeah, not bad. I'd say change your class, and it would be good. So what, like an A? I'd say an A. Not bad. All right, what do we got here? Scamper. The Great Maw, Queen Beatrix, Shabana Vespera, Doomed Axe. No mana generation for real. I mean, this is technically a mana generating troop, but you got to get it up first, and it's 26 mana cost. So that's going to take a second. This thing's kind of yellow and brown, but it's also 24 mana cost. So it's just going to take so long. You know, you got to have something that's you can 50% start, that's lower mana cost, that will get going quicker. So that's going to be their problem, is like how long it's going to take to get this team up. But they're also blocking their Doomed Axe pretty horribly. Like, the Great Maw is going to block it until it gets up, and then Shabana Vespera is going to block it after that. So this Doomed Axe is going to do nothing for the team except for be an Elementalist. So yeah, I would move the Doomed Axe to the front of the team, and then move everything else down a slot. And that would make this team a little bit better. But I would just switch to an entirely different weapon. They want to devour with the Great Maw and then use the attack and durability to then hit with skulls with the Doomed Axe maybe. But I think you'd be better off taking your hero to the front and or even right behind the Great Maw, because once the Great Maw casts, you can then take all the yellow. But you're also putting it behind Shabana Vespera, so that's not great. So maybe you got to move that Doomed Axe up a little bit. And then even then, you're going to have no mana generation, so you really should switch to, like, Emerald Baton or something like that, because you're just going to, like, your team will be good if it gets going, but it's going to be the problem of getting it going. So, I don't hate it. I wish they would do a different weapon. I'd say, like, a B+. Not bad. So, who's the one we're going to spank this time? That team was neat. This team is decent. Like, they're all pretty good, you know? So, I just think they're going to have trouble getting up. I'm going to fight them, but I'm going to use a Swift Talisman. This is when you would do it. When all the teams are good or decent, why risk it? So we go with the Swift Talisman. That starts your whole team a 75% start. So we barely need anything to get up. Okay, so this is the hardest fight. It's going to be tough. All right, Queen Beatrix. We need an extra turn. Here it is. We cleanse. All right. Let's do this. And we got Kronos, but I think we'll do Queen Beatrix. You see how they're just not getting up over there? 10 out of 24, 1 out of 16. Doomed Axe has 0. You see what I mean? They probably took some yellow. It's never going to make it. The Shabana Vespera is going to intercept it. The Great Maw is going to intercept it. That hero is just there for Elementalist, and that's it. You need to do more than just that. Queen Beatrix. And if you got it, flaunt it, bang, they're dead. So that was probably the easiest team to beat, at least. But they didn't do a horrible job. And I did use a Swift Talisman, but... Alright, let's switch restrictions so you can get a different taste of different kinds of troops. I'll show you my purple team. I already showed it to you, though. It's this one. So let's go roast a couple people over here. Purple. Alright, they got Elementalist. That's good. They got a double brown, purple minus yellow banner. Double brown, purple. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather see double purple something, but it's not bad. They got the Wand, most likely, Grey King, Diamantina, which is probably Stellarix, and a Leprechaun. So, mana generating sandwich around Grey King and Stellarix. I don't hate it. I think you should either do the Grey King or do Stellarix, and you should probably put Stellarix ahead of the Grey King, because it might, well, maybe not. So I don't hate it. It's probably like an A-. Not bad, Merlin. It's probably like your VP farming team or something, too. Alright, what does this person have here? Double brown, red, minus green banner, maybe? Their whole team is using every single color, so it really doesn't matter what they do. They should probably do a double green, purple because of Leprechaun. But, so they probably could pick, like, a slightly better banner. And then Elementalist is fine. They got Wand, Stellarix, Leprechaun. You should probably do something. Like, your first Stellarix is going to kill them. You don't need 2 of them. You know, the second one's probably never going to get up, and you don't need 2 of them. It just loops back into itself. So, but not bad. I'd say B+, A-. Got Tanya H with the Chernabog, Grey King, Arachnid Weaver, Trick and Treat. That's a sweaty wrestler weapon right there. That Trick and Treat. It doesn't help you on offense, but man, it'll screw people up on defense. So we got our first sweaty wrestler here. Chernobog's a good mana generator. Brown Storm blows up a bunch of brown. Gray King is always a good choice. They're going all in on true damage, which I like. They're not mana blocking. The Arachnian Weaver catches green. The Trick and Treat catches red. The Gray King is catching blue. So great job there. It's a really good team, man. It's just a sweaty wrestler, so I can't give you an A+ or anything. So I'll give you a, I don't know. I'll give you an A. It's okay if you're, like, trying to be a defensive person. Like, why not use Essence of Evil, or, I guess it's a purple restriction, maybe you can't. But why not use the Wand, or, like, Reflection of Good or something? But, I don't know. You see how this thing inflicts all negative status effects on an enemy and grant myself all positive status effects. Doesn't even mana generate. Chernobog's your only mana generation. But you're 50% starting it with Geomancer, so good job there. I think it'd be enough to help your team, so I'll give you an A. I just don't like that you're a sweaty wrestler. Alright, so let's just jump to my other two, and then we'll get out of here. Alright, we'll go to Central Spire. This is my red team that I made up. It's also an elemental team. So you can use this team for... I'll show you all the team codes before we get out of here, too. But, you can use this for either elemental restriction or red restriction, or unrestricted. So that's my old red Guild Wars team. So let's check out everybody else's team here. We have Gorgotha, Wings Down. They can use anything in the game. This is unrestricted, right? So I'm going to be way more harsh on this than the other places. Because the other places, there was restrictions. You had to use, like, Kronos or Shabana Vespera or Jhin or whatever. Here, you have access to everything in the game. So if you're using something weird here, you know, you chose it. And we got Gorgotha, Wings of Destruction, Immortal Ossifer, and CT. Well, first of all, the class sucks. Barbarian's horrible. The banner's bad. You did not use a +2, +1, -1, so you get minuses for both your class and your banner. If I was going to choose your banner, I would say a double yellow, brown. Double yellow, brown, minus, so you got brown, yellow, blue, purple, red. You have every color, so, you know, minus, like, green or something down there, maybe. Or probably red. I'd minus red, because Ossifer can still catch purple. If you minus green, then CT can't catch anything. CT's only color right now is green, so Ossifer can get purple and red, so either minus purple or red. So you want to do, like, a double yellow, brown, minus red, or minus purple. Is what would be a way better banner. And then a better class would be Titan or Elementalist or something like that. But the team's cool, I guess. I mean, you're using a weapon for dragon allies when you don't have any dragons, but sometimes you got to do that. Explodey weapon. You know, it's okay. But yeah. I mean, Gorgotha's a good tank / mana generator. Ossifer is always good if you're just to kill people. And then CT down here, instant kill. Usually I'll either go all in on instant kill or I'll go all in on true damage, but yeah, I don't know. Probably another, I would do something different down here, like maybe Queen Beatrix. You know, green and blue. It would still be able to catch the green. You have you would have the cleanse, and you would have both of these doing true damage. So if I was going to improve your team, I would take off CT and put on Queen Beatrix. Now, I'd probably change weapons, and I'd definitely change banner and class, so yeah, I don't know, C+ or something, because you got a lot you need to change. But it's not horrible either. Alright, what do we got here? Steve Bow 007. Elementalist and Maze banner, almost can't go wrong with that. Good job, good job. Got the red Macaco, the ruby weapon. We got Kalika, which they could choose anything in the game, and they chose Kalika. I don't get it. Aquaria, once again, you could choose anything in the game, and you chose Aquaria. So don't understand that. So you have a true damage weapon, and then you have a physical damage that will just give the turn to the enemy, most likely. Yeah, it will. And then you have Aquaria, who's also not true damage. And this team just doesn't go together. I mean, you're using good stuff. Like, I don't like Kalika at all, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand the team, but I love that you have Elementalist. I love that you're using the Maze Banner. The Ruby Weapon is good. The Ember Claw is good. You know, I use Aquaria here and there, but I'll use it with, like, Aquaticus and Osha's Tome and, like, the Merfolk start. He's just... Aquaria doesn't go with this team. And Kalika definitely doesn't go with this team. You know, if you're going to do true damage, do true damage. You know, put something else here, like Queen Beatrix, like I always... You know, Queen Beatrix could go here. Then it could catch green. It could cleanse. And then maybe even leave Aquaria. It's fine. So take out Kalika, put on Queen Beatrix, and this team would be way better. Yeah, I don't understand it, but I got to give credit for the Elementalist and the Maze Banner and the Ruby Weapon and the Ember Claw. So I would say B-, something like that. DJ Dex. Elementalist good. A decent banner, hopefully. They are minusing yellow with 3 yellow troops. I don't know about that. But, at least they tried with a double... With a +2, +1, -1. Alright, we got the Wand, most likely. Then we have CT, Aquaticus, and Leprechaun. Sometimes people just use stuff because they like it, I guess. Because Aquaticus does not... One of these things is not like the others. And Aquaticus is the one. I would rather see you go with, like, another instant kill or something, maybe. Like, High King Irongut would be great with this team. You know, High King Irongut, Wand, CT Leprechaun or something might be better. But whatever you want. You know, just not Aquaticus, I feel. If you want to build a team around CT, build it around CT. Aquaticus is not helping. I guess if you want to submerge so you can be a sweaty wrestler, I guess. But, it's better to, like, get your team going before the other team starts hitting you with AoE damage than it is to like do submerge and like you're hoping they hit you so you can submerge and duck under it. Like we don't want them to hit us at all. We don't want them casting. So I understand, I kind of get it maybe, but your banner should definitely be like a double green, yellow minus purple or something. The banner's a little bit off. You're going to have a really slow start with that Elementalist, no 50% start, but the Leprechaun might do it. So not bad. Just take off the Aquaticus, put something else on there, change the banner a little bit, and you'd be pretty good to go. So I don't know, B something, some kind of B. Alright, that was that. And what else do I have here? I have Mech. Let's check these out. I'm trying not to make this like a super long video, but it is what it is. Alright, let's check these out. I got Bork, Wand of Stars, Tina, and Titanus. It's basically just Bork, Wand, Tina, and then I have another true damage that can catch... it's getting blocked, but the Wand blocks everything. So you can't... You know, these two are so powerful at mana generating that it'll be fine. These will get up. This will catch blue, you know. And he's just kind of there to be there. It's the right area. Like, I think we're in Adania. So that's why he's there. But it's mostly this is the team. And, like, if I have to, I'll cast Titanus. Instead of doing, like, double Tina or something. But I got tons of mana generation that will get up these two. And then I'm going all in on true damage. Both have true damage. So I'm not, like, doing true and physical or true and instant kill. I'm not doing, like, skulls and instant kill or, you know, physical and skulls. You gotta, like, choose something. Are you instant killing? Then build around instant kill. Are you doing true damage? Then make everything on your team do true damage or mana generate or be a tank, you know. You don't want to do, like, true damage. And it's like using a Nisha medal with a Medal of Seasons. You don't do that. You don't do physical damage with true damage. You either do all true damage or all physical, you know. You don't use, like, a Yasmin with a guard medal, right? So you wouldn't do, like, a Skull team with a physical AoE team. You either go all in, you got to. There's only 4 slots, and you got to mana generate, you know. So that's my team. Let's look at theirs. Got Bork, double Tina, Wand. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I almost did that. Elementalist, that's good. They could have done Mechanist, though. Then they would 50% start their whole team. But I get it. Sometimes you have to do Elementalist in PvP. They got, looks like a double brown, red, minus blue. Double brown, red, minus blue. Good job. I think this is another A. Good job. Your Wand can catch, like, purple and blue. And your Bork's going to get up your Tinas. You're going to cast them. I definitely don't want to fight you. So, good job. I'll say, I don't even think you can make this team better. I think you did. That might be our first, maybe something other than the other Tina, like I did with Titanus, maybe. So I'll give you an A. Iron Hawk, that's a problem. What are we doing? All right, we got Juan, Tina, Iron Hawk, and Goblin Rocket. So the team starts off as pretty good, but then they go with the Iron Hawk for some reason. It's mostly used for resource farming in Explore 1. Yeah, it's okay. It spells okay. I just feel like you could always do better. Then Goblin Rocket. And your Goblin Rocket is never going to get up and might as well not be on the team. Yellow, red. This is yellow, this is red, this is yellow and red. That Goblin Rocket's never getting up. Might as well not be there. Why not use Bork? Bork should be on every team in this restriction, probably. Bork and Tina should be on... Bork, Tina, Wand, and then something else. So you got the Wand and the Tina, you just forgot the Bork, and you some reason put on Goblin Rocket, who's getting super blocked. So this person's only chance is if they cast the Wand and then cast the Tina and then cast the Wand and then cast the Tina. Double red, brown, minus blue. Double red, brown, minus blue. That's fine. So good banner and good class. I just don't like the Ironhawk Goblin Rocket, so I'll give you a B-. All right, there we see Bork. Should be on every team. Bork, Bombot, Bombot, Ruby. Hey, that looks like a VP farming team if I ever saw one. It probably worked, too. So much mana generation up top, and then a Ruby weapon on the bottom. And they're using Mechanist. Double brown, yellow, minus purple. Nice. So, hey, I like it. Might not win against me over here in like a Citadel Wars fight, but it might be good for like VP farming, so I don't know. I'll give it an A. A-. Maybe put the Bombots ahead of Bork. I guess you got to get them up first, though. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's like a cool team. Like an A. All right. Let's go one more place, and then we'll get out of here. I think I have, like, brown, maybe. What do I have? I might have brown and green. I think I had to do all of these the other day. Yeah, you're just farming here. Alright, this video is getting way too long, so I think I'm going to cut it there. But, yeah, a little PvP roasting, a little bit of a refresher on what to do in PvP and how to build teams. Let me show you these team codes real quick, and then we'll get out of here. I think the video is going to be way too long, and nobody's going to watch it. So, there you go. There's that team. That'll be for brown. Got green here. Come on. Team codes. Come on. Edit. Team codes for you at the end. Here's green. These are all good teams that I built myself. Somebody who want to pick apart my team, tell me what I did wrong. That'd be great, but I doubt it. Because I'm pretty careful with building my teams. You know, I don't mana block. I use the correct class. I use the correct banner. You know, I have a mana generator. Everything on the team is doing something. Just keep that kind of stuff in mind as you're building a team. Make sure everything on the team is going to do something and get up. Like that Goblin Rocket on that last team is never going to get up, man. It's super blocked. Mana flows from the top to the bottom. But if you have any questions, put them in the comments. And we can do this on stream sometime. So come check out a stream. And you can ask questions there too. And I'll do some more PvP roasting. We got a chat-a-thon this Saturday morning starting at 5 a.m. So maybe we'll do some PvP roasting on there. Some arena. But there's all my teams. At least I think so. I think I have Goblin too if you want to see it. It's a Blood Frenzy. There's a bunch of teams for you that are built properly. Flaming Oni on this one is blocked, but it gets up, trust me. And it's kind of a whole concept for this team. I used to use a different weapon because I was blocking Flaming Oni, but then everything gets an extra turn, so eventually everything gets up. But Maze banner, as you can see. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut it there. Any questions, put it in the comments. If you want to roast my teams, put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. This will go out to public in October, but members only until then. Chat-a-thon, come on, Chat-a-thon, man. I'm so worried about this one. I didn't promote it for very long. I didn't decide the day till the last second. It's got to be a potent chat-a-thon, so it's 50 cents a minute after the first hour. Starts butt crack at dawn. You know, by the time we get to 8 a.m., there's going to be people shooting fireworks out of their butt. So it's going to be crazy. It's the last one, though, at this place, and we're going to be moving, and everything should get better after that, hopefully. Like, share, subscribe, so joining helps a lot. Get up at the channel comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Patreon. Peace.